Atlanta News First Plus starts now with breaking news.
And thank you for joining us here at the First Alert Desk on Atlanta News First Plus. I am Maria Moreau, here to catch you up on the stories we're following this morning across Metro Atlanta. I want to start by taking you out to South Fulton, where if you were with us during our morning on-air hours, we reported to you breaking news of a police evacuation and scene involving a suspected item along Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Now, South Fulton police are currently responding to a bomb threat. Officers found a possible device at a building on Villanova Drive, and now they are working through exactly how it got there and whether it is safe for the community to return. They did evacuate everyone as a precaution. They've also closed down the road. Atlanta Police Department assisting with this investigation, and people who live and work around the area are just asked to keep away at this time. If we get any new information, we will bring that to you on air and online. And another story we're following involving a 16-year-old now arrested, the incident triggering a massive SWAT response near Southwest Atlanta High School. Officials locked down the school following reports of that shooting. Atlanta News First Don Shipman is with the First Alert Breaking News Tracker outside of Booker T. Washington with brand new information.
It continued into the overnight hours, and we were talking with students and parents. They were inside for a homecoming event. They said that they knew about the lockdown. They had some limited information, but the thing is, they felt safe. This is what it looked like at the height of the investigation. You can see police there swarming this area. The police response lasted, like you mentioned, into the overnight hours. Atlanta police are telling us that a shooting at a nearby gas station on Joseph E. Lowry Boulevard started this. Detectives investigated a home in the neighborhood on Newcastle Street. We drove by early this morning and we could see bullet holes covering the house. That shooting happened during Booker T. Washington's homecoming event, forcing the campus into a soft lockdown. Officials kept everyone inside with guards securing one entry point. Also important to note, and good news here, no one was injured in that shooting. Now, we had a crew here throughout the overnight, and early this morning, he noticed that there was someone in an ambulance being treated by paramedics. We're still working to find out if that's the suspect, because that was in the area of that house that was being investigated just around the corner here. We do have inquiries into Atlanta police, and once we hear back, we'll pass that information along to you. We're here in Southwest Atlanta. Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.
And thank you, Don, for that report. All right, this morning, bad-smelling water flowing from faucets in parts of Fulton County. According to county officials, the water is safe to drink. They say the reason for this issue is because of increased levels of algae blooms in Lake Lanier-Chattahoochee River system. Now, that means that if you are consuming water out of your faucet, again, city officials, county officials saying that it is safe for you to do so. They're explaining that the water is pulled from that river system, and water officials say that the smell and taste should be gone in the next coming days as they work to adjust those carbon levels to take care of the issue. Of course, if you are in doubt, make sure that you are filtering your water or buying bottled water as best as you can. And of course, make any reports if you're seeing anything unusual. But that taste and smell, we are told, is not a health concern at this time. They are simply addressing the issues involving the algae blooms. All right, I want to let you know about some information that it will be relevant to you if you take the I-285 Express. Happening today, the Georgia Department of Transportation is holding a public meeting about plans to add express lanes to parts of I-285, specifically in DeKalb County. Atlanta News First, Naomi Watson is in Tucker with what residents think about the project so far.
The public meeting will be held at the DoubleTree behind me here on La Vista Road. Now, some residents say they support the project, while others are concerned about the construction. Now, the plan includes adding 2 barrier-separated express lanes in each direction to I-285 between Henderson Road and south of the I-20 interchange. GDOT says nearly 240,000 vehicles travel the 13-mile stretch every day, saying the project would give drivers more options to get around faster, help make the highway less congested, and enhance safety. The public meetings are for residents to learn more about the project and say what they think about it. Now, some people are hopeful it'll help make traveling less of a headache, but those who live in the Linmore Woods neighborhood by the interstate fear they may lose their property if GDOT needs it for the project.
I'd like to not lose my house or have an elevated giant highway going over my house and in our backyard.
We definitely know that traffic in Atlanta is getting very difficult, so it's good to see efforts being made to relieve some of those traffic.
If given the green light, the project will take several years to complete. Again, that public meeting is tonight from 4 to 7 p.m. at the DoubleTree on La Vista Road. Reporting from Tucker, I'm Niamani Watson, Atlanta News First.
And that was our very own Niamani Watson with that report. Let's talk about this government shutdown. The longer it lasts, the more impacts we continue to see across the country. And the TSA now says employees are calling out of work as they continue to go unpaid. This leading to staffing shortages and more of a hassle when you try to catch a flight. Atlanta's own Hartsfield-Jackson was directly impacted last week when we saw long lines for this exact same reason. Much of it because these TSA agents haven't seen a paycheck in 3 weeks. I just want you to sit down and imagine that for a moment. It means that the people we rely on to keep our airports and travel safe, they're now struggling themselves to stay afloat. Atlanta News First reporter Abby Kasouras shows us how one local nonprofit is stepping in to help.
At Nicole's House of Hope, the parking lot looks like a grocery store on delivery day. Boxes of fresh food stacked high as volunteers hand out everything from canned goods to whole hams.
Oh, these are good with tuna.
They're calling it TSA Day, a small gesture for those still showing up, even when their paychecks aren't. Many arrive straight from the airport, still in uniform, some heading to their next shift.
You have these people that are coming here today, they work, okay? They have work badges, they have on uniforms, okay? The TSA workers are the reasons why you guys are safe flying. That includes you guys too, government.
Melody Williams spent the day helping load cars with produce and pantry staples. She says what's happening to these workers affects everyone. Union Representative Aaron Barker says after 3 weeks without paychecks, frustration is mounting. The blame doesn't lie with the workers.
This is not the officers' fault. It's our congressional members who are playing a game up there in D.C. And not doing the job that we elected them to do.
He speaks for the workers who fear retribution for talking to the media. He says officers are running out of gas, facing overdue bills, and losing hope.
This coming weekend is when officers are expected to be paid again, and we just don't know if that's going to happen. And from the way it's looking, it's not going to happen. The rubber is now against the road, and at some point that rubber is going to blow out.
Archie Calloway hopes community groups across the state will step in where the government hasn't.
My hope is that even if the government is refusing to open back up, that people in our community, business leaders, civic leaders, will come together and realize these are necessary things for these families, these TSA workers.
They're calling on anyone who can donate food, money, or even gas cards. Small gestures that can make a big difference. They say this won't be their last food drive. They're hoping to help those TSA workers until they get paid. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Kasouras.
Atlanta News First Plus starts now with First Alert Weather.
And happy Thursday to you, everybody. I am First Alert Meteorologist Rodney Harris. What you were looking at is not good. That is our updated drought monitor for North Georgia. And as you can see, that red is popping up, which indicates an extreme drought. So I want to start by saying a good chunk of metro Atlanta is in a severe drought. That is what you see in orange. We'll zoom in and give you a better idea. That severe drought includes all of Atlanta, all of DeKalb County, West Gwinnett County, going all the way down to Meriwether, North Troup County, also parts of Spalding County. But the red, that extreme drought is new for South Fulton County, including those of you in South Fulton and Union City and Fairburn, all of Fayette County under an extreme drought, far west Clayton County and east Coweta County. We're not going to get any real relief from this drought, but our rain chances do increase late Sunday going into Monday. So that's item number 2. We do have some new first alert weather days to talk about for Sunday and Monday. The first alert weather days are for 2 reasons. 1, the increasing rain chances, and 2, a notable drop in your temperatures. So I want to start with the rain chances because it won't be a washout Sunday or Monday. We're going to start the forecast model on Sunday. In the morning, it looks like Sunday will be dry. Then by Sunday afternoon, showers will start to move in from west to east. There's still some question with the timing on these showers, but we know that those showers will be in by Sunday afternoon at some point, and then that rain will start to pick up by Sunday night. So some periods of heavy rain will be possible Sunday night after sunset, and that will continue through Monday morning. So as you are driving to work on Monday morning, we are forecasting some rain to be out there. That's part of the first alert, and then that rain will gradually start to move out, and we should be drier by Monday afternoon. So again, the highest overall chance for rain on the weekend will be Sunday night into Monday morning. That's your first alert. And we'll keep you up to date on the timing of when the rain will move in. Our models are still a little bit different. One model is super wet and a bit earlier with the rain on Sunday. One model is drier and later. So as we get closer to Sunday, we'll be able to fine-tune that timing for you. And then the other reason for the first alert, or because of the temperatures, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second, but I do want to give you an update on Tropical Storm Melissa. Melissa just southeast of Jamaica by about 200 miles right now. The winds with Melissa are down to 45 miles per hour, so the storm is actually fairly disorganized, but Melissa will become a major hurricane this upcoming weekend, and as you can see with the forecast track, it's not really moving much. So this is basically a circle because Melissa's just kind of drift toward the west, really remain nearly stationary through the upcoming weekend. The reason for that is because there's not going to be anything really pulling Melissa in one particular direction over the next several days. That's why it's going to basically just hover around Jamaica, which is not good because as you can see, those are a lot of 4s that you see on that map. That's a major Category 4 hurricane that'll be on the doorstep of Jamaica, also impacting Cuba, Haiti through the weekend. So not good for our friends in the Caribbean. I will say, when you take a look at our spaghetti models, that at some point next week, most of our models do eventually show Melissa moving northeast, hopefully away from the U.S., as you can see there. But the forecast is very uncertain because what's steering Melissa is very complex right now. So we just know it'll hover around the Caribbean over the weekend, and we'll give you more updates on Melissa as we get into next week. But the spaghetti models do have it moving northeast next week, and we'll certainly keep you up to date. So getting back to the first alert weather days, we talked about the rain late Sunday through Monday. The other reason why we have these weather days out, the first alerts, is because of our temperature drops. So we'll be in the 70s today, tomorrow, and Saturday, but by Sunday, there will be a notable drop in your afternoon temperature. So we'll go from 73 on Saturday and only in the 60s on Sunday. So you will notice that Sunday afternoon, and it doesn't look any better on Monday. Monday, your high is only in the 50s. Monday may turn out to be one of those days where it's cloudy, drizzly, kind of yucky all day. So that is part of our first alert weather day. Again, rain increasing in coverage Saturday afternoon through Saturday evening. Most of the rain, so it's not Saturday, but Sunday, and then most of the rain Sunday night. And that will continue through Monday morning as you're driving to work, and then the rain gradually moving out by Monday afternoon. And then just cooler Sunday and Monday. So we first alerted those days just so you know that there is a big change in your forecast coming up, but not today. Today, a beautiful Thursday afternoon. I know it was chilly this morning, but it's up to 77, nearly 80 degrees this afternoon, complete sunshine. Friday is also looking good, mostly sunny and 74. A homecoming for Georgia Tech on Saturday, 73, and also plenty of sunshine. We'll keep you up to date on these first alerts in our First Alert Weather app, and First Alert meteorologist Ella Dorsey is working on your updated forecast. She'll have that for you on Atlanta News First at noon. We hope you make it a great Thursday, and until next time, we'll see you soon.
Stay up to date on your latest weather from the largest team of meteorologists in the Southeast. Download the First Alert Weather app for hour-by-hour forecasts and join us every weekday at 11:30 a.m. on ANF+. You can also text WEATHER to the number on your screen, and we'll send a link directly to your cell phone.